Hare
Krishna, welcome everybody to Sunday Peace. ISKCON Prabhupada. And Naveen Krishna Prabhu doesn't need any introduction, so there's still a couple of words for our. So Naveen Krishna Prabhu is one of our oldest congregation members, let's say, because he's somewhere in mid-90s. He's been there for a long time, and he's currently a temple council member, and also he's also part of the new temple. And his whole family, as most of you know, have been to service respecting the focus on this area. So, and his insights have been always been very sharp, and it's very, we can make great progress in bhakti. Okay, we have to listen to him carefully, and he is a disciple of the Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much. Let's see quickly.
Jayo Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari 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 Gopijanna Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopijanna Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopijanna Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopijanna Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Ranaranjana Yashodanandana Ranaranjana Yashodanandana Brajanaranjana Yashodanandana Brajanaranjana Yashodanandana Brajanaranjana Yashodanandana Brajanaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Tira Vanachari Jayo Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jayo Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Jayo Radha Vrindavan Radha Vrindavan Radha Vrindavan Radha Jayo Radha Vrindavan Radha Vrindavan Radha Vrindavan Radha Jayo Jagannath Jayo Baladeva Jaya Subhadra Jayo Jagannath Krishna Jayo Baladeva Jaya Subhadra Jaya Gauranikai 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Harinam Sankirtan ki jai. Hare Krishna. Sunday loaf is key. Hare Krishna. Devotees who are a little far away can come close. Small crowd today. You can go a little deeper. How many people remember the topic today?
Memory that can.
How to remember Krishna. The topic is how to create memories to remember Krishna easily. So, it says that the memory is the main focus. So, we have a soul, ego, intelligence, mind, senses, sense objects, right? The mind is actually is the focal point. It says mind can make hell out of heaven or heaven out of hell. Intelligence is there, but intelligence is the mode of passion. But mind is mode of goodness. But it's always agitative. How does it work? Prem Sundar Prabhu? The logic works. Agitative thing can be mode of goodness.
No, I didn't get the question.
Intelligence is mode of passion. Mind is mode of goodness. Mode of goodness is the predominant. Intelligence is supposed to be down. But however, the mind is always agitative. Hare Krishna. Mind is always agitative. Technically, it doesn't make any sense. Mind is, when people think this is agitative, right? It's always in the passion, supposed to. But actually, the scripture says, mind, as she said rightly, the mind is actually mode of goodness. But right now, it is polluted. So, the spiritual mind is the most important. It says in Bhagavad Gita, if mind is a friend, the best thing can happen. Hare Krishna. If mind can be agitative and can be a worst enemy. The worst enemy. If this enemy is such a way that we don't know that we have an enemy. It's like a spy. Hare Krishna. So if you know somebody whom you're fighting, it's easy to have a strategy to fight. But you're living with somebody whom you believe and trust as a friend, but that person is enemy, acting as a friend. What is the disposition here? No. So when that is going on, we try to remember Krishna. Mind is not helping. So how to remember Krishna? We have to create a memories which can sustain. Good now?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was blocking my view here. So, okay. Where I was? Yeah. So, how do things in such a way that those memories, create those memories which can help to remember Krishna. In other words, we're creating a mechanism to remember that makes us to remember Krishna. What is that mechanism? Where is that? That mechanism in the field of memory, which is in the field of mind. You're all with me? That is introduction. So now it's very easy when we come to temple, we remember Krishna. Is it? We all agree that? So you remember Krishna. After some time, what happens? You are here. Do you remember Krishna is here? Do you feel his presence? We carried away with the people, talking here and there. We'll be doing this and that. Where was it? When initially came in, the state of memory we had, Radha Krishna, Golak Vrindavan, they came here. Supreme Personality of Godhead is here. Then after that, it slowly down. Became things mechanical. Same thing here. Anything we do, first Chandrabanu Prabhu, Prem Singh, Haribol. Then after some time, what happened? They're there. Do you have the same enthusiasm? Realistically, why? So how do we keep up that memory all the time? We will discuss in detail. So that's the intro. But it says it's actually very easy. Greatest things in the world is always easy. That's the reason we will take things granted. When we take things granted, we become mechanical, so it fades away. So that's what it says. The memories are our greatest assets. In our life, what is the greatest asset we have? Guru, holy name, deities whom we worship, devotees, opportunity to serve. So all those things happen. Let's say if somebody is mentally retarded, they're there. Even though the person is a devotee, something happened. Forget. They're there, but there is no connection. So memory is very important. That's an asset. Without that, that is a gift. Last time, Padma Prabhu gave a wonderful class. So he was talking about controlling the mind. So anybody can control the mind? Yeah. So what does Krishna says? Daivi Heshu Gunamaya Mammaya Duratya. And then before that he says, my mind is chanchala. There is what is that? Gumira Ponalo Vaya Kamano Buddhiyocha. Yes, 8 energies, which is 5 grass, 3 subtle. Krishna's energy, anybody can control? Anybody can control? But we are trying to control the mind. Is it going to help? No. Our endeavor to show Krishna, Krishna, I am trying. So when we are sincere, honest, Krishna does, not we. Krishna can create his own, control his own energy, which is mind. When that becomes our friend, that's amazing. That is where the link between super soul and soul is established. And from there, it's always amazing thing happen. So, and then this memory is based on the consciousness. Like if I have a little pain here, where my consciousness goes, somebody says something to me. Where my consciousness goes, somebody is bothering me, something is bothering inside, my consciousness goes there. The same time, if I'm happy, what I do, how I do, where my consciousness goes, obvious. So we're supposed to remember Krishna, but we don't have a remembrance to remember Krishna. When we came initially, it was there, but remembrance eventually fade off. Continuously, mind is looking. Mind, actually, 2 factors. One is, it comes, is it favorable, not favorable? You are with me or not? Is it okay, not okay? Every time it is calculating. What pleases, that's what we work on. Mind is always doing. Continuous, 24/7. If you cannot keep up, what is the Satyanarayana said, which I'm going to say here. I'll quote as it is. He says, you cannot remain on your present level of Krishna consciousness and hope to think of Krishna. It will not work. We need to be aware that a purification of the mind is necessary. It's a dynamic always. Like even Einstein said, what is that? You try to do the same thing again and again, expecting different result. It's insanity. So we have to come to the sanity platform. What works we need to do. What works today, it may not work today. What works yesterday, it may not work today. So, going back to my flow.
Sorry for interrupting. I have a small doubt.
Yeah.
So exactly what do I need to control? My mind and my heart.
See, mind and heart, 2 different things.
Yes. Like for example, if I am like remembering someone or I have to feel on someone, even I want to feel in Krishna also, like my mind controls me, not my mind. Because it's just like a number is like seeing the Krishna God, you can memorize in my conscious brain, okay, Krishna seems like this. The feelings can't give by mind, give by heart. You need to love the Krishna, like if you see the God, if you see the boy, if you see anything, the heart will control you. Say, yeah, go and love, have freedom. Everything controlled by the heart, not by the mind, right?
So heart is a physical thing. Heart attack happens, what is it? Surgery happens. What is that? Heart is actually physical thing. The mind is a subtle thing.
I mean, both are same.
Yeah, but in general, we say in Bhagavad Gita, see, heart is a place, that's a region where the soul and super soul say, right? So this body made of 5 elements: earth, water, fire, and ether, and 3 subtle elements: mind, intelligence, and false ego. Mind is the link between soul and super soul. Okay, the mind is also master of the senses, sense objects. So mind is a subtle things. It makes things. What happens? Somebody, if brain is dead, for example, brain is also other subtle thing. Heart is also other brain is gross thing. Heart is a gross thing. The mind is actually, it is the energy of the Lord, which has propensities, proclamations, memories, all the things what has from the past, present, which drive the system. And the mind works under intelligence, which is the database, all the knowledge is there. And beyond that is a false ego, or ego, which is our identity. But who is the master of all? It's the soul, right? The soul lives in the body, which is like a, whatever I explained, this is the machine. This machine software is the number one highest which operate this machine is mind. Mind has a bucket which has collection of all the things past, present. Based on that, it acts. So soul gives instructions, mind makes it happens through the agency of body. So in that, it may use heart, it may use brain, it may use lungs, it can use whatever is necessary, hands and legs. The mind is a subtle thing, it's a driving force. That's what I said initially. If the mind is your friend, it can be your best friend. It can be worst enemy also. It can make hell out of heaven, heaven out of hell. It's all here. The way we see the world through the mind. So if mind is purified, which is Krishna consciousness way, then we see the world as it is. If the mind is not purified, you can have a best heart, best brain, it doesn't matter. So that's the reason the memories work on a mind level. The mind has control of these memories. People have a traumas, bad experiences, it will play back. If you have a good experiences, where is coming from? Mind is a fertile ground that enable all the things happens. You will get the whole thought for now. So mind has a memory factor. That the memory is actually driving the force. So we can move on. So there are joyful memories, there is a painful memories. So how did Hare Krishna go in there? So we have to create a good memories. That's a part here. That's how I do with the time. Okay. How do we do that? There's so many ways we can do. Out of that, before, I just wanted to touch base 3 aspects of presentation today, which is what is yeah. How the memories are formed and shape our existence. So it came with the 3 factors. The first is intention. So what we want to remember. Intentions is the actually, it's called in Sanskrit, it's called sankalpa or inclination. Inclination, intention. No, intention is sankalpa. Why we are coming to temple? Why are we chanting? Why you want to do what you want to do? So that intention will has so many conditions. So is it pleasing to me? Not pleasing to me. Why I should do all those things? If we work on what we want to remember, and that depends on desires and our value system. That intentions is based on our desires and value systems. Our desires could be pure desires or could be impure desires. If it is a pure desires, it will help us to go towards Krishna. As impure desires will take us away from Krishna. So that's first factor. Thank you. Second is the inclinations. So if you have a water, we have to carry the water in a certain way. What we do, we dig it, put it in such a way that water can flow. We give a channel. So this intentions has to be channeled in such a way through inclinations. Like, how the water, the plant is there. If you want water sources, how do you put it? You draw a line and then first eventually then dig it in such a way that if you pour the water, it goes. How we draw our inclinations with intention to send it to destination, which in this case, Krishna. So first is what I said, intentions is what we want to remember, what we tend to remember. So that means we have to go back to what is my nature, what is inside of me, what is my tendencies. So I'm aspiring to become Krishna consciousness, that's my desire. If the tendency is that, how do I carry that towards my destination? It's the second part. So first is that intentions, second is inclinations, third is circumstances and situations. So now it is not favorable. If there is no water, if something else, put some stone on top or put something else and dig it somewhere else, water goes somewhere else. So that circumstances in situations, what we call is what is to be remembered. You're all with me? It's a little technical. What is to be remembered? Can anybody say all the three things now? First, intention, what we want to remember. Second, inclinations, what we tend to remember. Third, circumstances, what is to be remembered. If we understand these three, we can create memories very fast, because it's all revolving around that value system. So the point is not always remembering the point, but always remembering Krishna. The point, whatever I said, is to help us. Like, we are using a ladder to go up. So ladder is not a point, but the destination is the point. If you understand that, ladder is a means. Prabhupada also said you can chant Hare Krishna for the rest of your life, you can be where you are, but your intention is not clear. I may be chanting, I may be duty worship, I may be cooking, but my intention is to show off how great I'm a great cook, great dresser, whatever it may be. So what happens, it doesn't last for long. Right? So that's the reason we have to be very careful. So remembering Krishna is great, but why? Okay, you're all with me so far? Did I confuse you a little bit? So now we'll go to the little practical things. So there are few things what can help us. This computer is not helping me. It's jumping off, sorry. Let's take few things. What are the things we can contribute? Say, think it create memories, for example. Alankapu, say a few examples.
What creates memories?
Good memories, yeah.
Okay.
In the path of Krishna consciousness.
Good experiences.
Good experiences. Anything else? Maybe I'll say. Huh? Yes, that's what I was saying there. So studying Shastra, hearing philosophy, creating deeper impact done by association devotees, like-minded people. And then once that happens, there is a concept called conviction. So memories are there, forming there. If there is no conviction, there is no willpower, memories will fade away. By doing it, association, chanting, reading, what it's supposed to create a deeper impact, an indentation, such a way that it can sustain, it can grow from there. Otherwise, we do superficially, it will not last for long. We should be extremely careful. And I don't know, you know this MacBook, how do I operate this? It just keep jumping. How do you sequence?
Just use the arrow button. So do you want this one? So what are you looking for?
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, I'll do it. Yeah. There, this good?
Two fingers.
Oh, 2 fingers.
2 fingers
Yeah.
to scroll.
I was using one. Sorry. Thank you. Now it got it. Thank you, bro. See, I don't have a memory of this. It's not working.
Two fingers to scroll.
It's okay.
This way.
Yeah, that will be it. Thank you, bro. Little technical problems. I'm not a Mac guy, but I use the Mac.
You like World Cup?
Huh?
You like World Cup, right?
Yeah. Okay. So while we're doing this, most important thing, the problem is Krishna is invisible, but Maya is ultra visible. Right? So whatever we do, what we visible is more perceivable things. Even though I know theoretically Krishna exists, when I come to see temple, I see the deity photos. But in general, in consciousness wise, it's not recorded yet. Krishna, in one sense, is invisible, and Maya is ultra visible. So how do I deal? There is a concept called caste. CAST. Usually I use this thing. First is 4 broad way of casting situations so that we can move towards Krishna. C stands for category. For example, whatever activity you do which will help us. So, for example, what is it today? Ekadasi. So this is one of the best opportunity. Today is Ekadasi, tuning the mind. I want to chant more, read more, hear more. So when we do that, when the next Ekadasi comes, so 15 days later, it has already created some experiences, so it can help us. One example, so categories. So choose those categories, or taking some vows. January 1st is coming, Janmashtami is coming, or Gauri Purnima is coming. So those kind of a categories in such a way that festivals, whatever it may be. So if that helps us to remember to do those things, will help us to remember Krishna. So stand for C. Next is A, accountability. The most important. In Krishna consciousness, accountable. So or dependable is very important. Like in Prabhu, you take care of this, Matas, you take care of this. So now when you take that and run with it, so that management or whoever it may be, they're not worried about it. It will be done. So the accountability, it will expose us more to Krishna. And then when we are exposed to more Krishna, then more opportunities comes. More opportunities comes. So energy brings energy. The crowd attracts crowd. This is the universal principles. Energy brings energy. So he is energetic. When we build this concept of accountability, that I have to do whatever I say, I have to do it. So then create more opportunities. More opportunities means creating more memories. Next is S means space, CAST. So you have to create a sacred space. And then that space, within that, you expand it. That space could be entering into somebody's, for example, senior devotees there, entering into that space, or you create your own, allow others to. You have a key what to allow, what not to allow. So you have to create a sacred space. For example, chanting. You want to have a same place every day, same posture, and then in front of deities. So what happens? Anything, mind, if you give repetitive things, it creates a deeper impact. Study shows that. So you have to create a space, and then not only that space, and create what is that? The things which you're devoted to. You create the space, but again, what happened after that? We already discussed. Mind can make things mechanical. So you have to go above always in that space. Some kind of a creativity has to be there. Mind looking for new things. How do you think? How do you do the things, old things in a new way? The activity is same, but presenting newness. That's a space. Last is T means time, and create a time which stimuli means which stimulate you for inner remembrance of Krishna. Whatever I said so far external, but is also internally. That's come from gratitude. That devotee helped me. This Mataji helped me. My Guru helped me. Krishna helped me. In that space, in that time factor, when a gratitude comes, the gratitude is such a most important in Krishna consciousness of accountability, which opens up the gate for spirituality. The gratitude, it says, is a step before humility. Humility is something people can talk, but it's too far away for reality. If something happens, reality will come. Somebody says something, and then what I may feel bad. But gratitude is something a step before, which will always take us back to humility. So what does the C stand for? A stand for? S stand for?
Space.
C stand for? So it's called caste. One example, easy to remember. When Arjuna was seeing a bird based on his guru, what is he sees there?
I.
What is supposed to see? Krishna everywhere. Right? What we supposed to see? Krishna everywhere. When you sit down to chant a code, if somebody is doing something, whatever it may, what are you supposed to see? Krishna everywhere. Are we seeing Krishna? It is analogy. He's supposed to see Krishna everywhere, but what he's seeing is that which will help him to see Krishna through that activity. What he's trying to learn? Archery. Concentration. So whatever we do, is it connected to Krishna? Can I connect it to Krishna? It could be art, it could be cooking, it could be book distribution, it could be preaching, it could be anything is connecting to Krishna. What is the objective of that? When we focus on that, then we remember Krishna, when we create the memories. Otherwise, by activity itself, concentration, but what for? Arjuna is looking at the eye, then his guru asks, what are you seeing? I don't see anything else other than eyeball. What else you see? You see branches? No. Do you see tree? No. Do you see the sky behind? No. The single pointed attention. When Bhima came, what did he see? I see branches, I see bird, I see everything. When he put he said put the thing down more. When Arjuna came, you can use this example to see how single pointed attention. Do you know how when Prabhupada wanted to start this movement? I read in somewhere. He heard this. Vyavasayatmika buddhi yokya hi. So when he saw this analogy, Vyavasayatmika buddhi inspired him. So this was actually by Vishwanath Chakravarti analogy of single point attention spiritual life. Prabhupada is most attached to that verse because it helped me in initial days. Whatever he does it, you take it and run with till the end. And then, if you do that, when giving back the example, Arjuna looking at the eye of the bird. So seeing eye of the bird should not be an alternative shelter for Krishna. My concentration or my corporate world, or it may be things, activities, or maybe doing anything, that is not alternative for Krishna, but actually that's conducive for Krishna consciousness. That's supposed to help us. Me learning nice art, that's supposed to connect me to Krishna and create a deeper impact. And through that, I could be able to see Krishna. Purushottam Yoga, Krishna says how Krishna can be seen everywhere, right? How? The world is the arena if you have eyes to see. Every opportunity is an opportunity to connect to Krishna. But we see what is favorable, not favorable, what I can do, what I cannot do. But what is in that? What I can do, when I can do, how I can do. It doesn't work. It's not like that. What he wants me to do, where I can see him, how I can see him, so that what is the purpose of me, my existence, make things in such a way that I can be an instrument of my Guru and Krishna. It's very, very important. And then there is few more examples. I'll just run it. These are supported activities. For example, how do we do this? So spend some quality time with the loved ones. We have to, in Chanakya said, don't live in a village when there is no running water. At least you have one friend you can share. At least you have one friend you can share. You have to have a friend. In Krishna consciousness, you cannot survive. It is easy to serve seniors. It is easy to give instruction to, I don't want to say junior because we always consider junior, but in general, the best thing can happen when you have a peer friends, which we can relate and talk and share, joke and correct and get corrected. If you don't have that, Krishna consciousness is a superficial. We have to have a friend. So we have to, that kind of a friend, you have to spend some time. Oh yeah, this is what's happening, this is what I'm going through. And create the space for others what they can share. If you don't have it, the philosophy is a dry. What we're doing is a superficial on the scratching. There is no content inside. There is a hollowness inside. We're looking for unfulfilled emotions. The time will come, it will blow off. It's a pressure cooker. Boom. Then world will know. We can show off whole how great I am, but inside is a big hollowness. Very important. You have to have loved ones where you share your things. That's one of the Dadadi Pratiganita principle, reveal and allow others to reveal. When they allow reveal, allow listen. It will be painful. Sometimes me and Chandra Prabhu does it at our place. We're friends for a long time. Sometimes I tell something. It's very difficult actually in Chandra Prabhu. It's very difficult. Honestly, I'm saying in front of. But at the end of the day, maybe Krishna is saying through him. But that particular time, I may be retaliating, giving me justification. After that, if I have a little sincerity, yeah, let me think, yeah, that's true, Prabhu is saying true, let me think. So that's the first thing. Second, and celebrate the milestones, even the small things. Enjoy, happy. Little thing, when you see, oh, Prabhupada does so nicely. Somebody, I look at this, Mataji, Prabhu made this preparation dressing. When something happens, some little thing happens, celebrate even little small things. Krishna is a person. He has emotions, he has feelings. When he sees we reciprocate, then naturally what happens? He also feel happy. When he feel happy, then it will show somehow or other. Then you celebrate that. Next is, if you have something, the best thing is fit. If you start writing the diaries, a journal, thought comes, take a book and write it, revisit, then you will see how you're progressing yourself. This also create memories. Next is create traditions. For example, you do this yatra. Create a tradition of going every year yatra, or doing something which create some kind of a patterns. So that also creates some kind of a memories. And then reflect and appreciate. Otherwise, I'm writing everything in general, I don't even touch again. So time to time, look back and say, hey, I wrote this 5 years back, now where I am. And appreciate for what we receive. Always count the blessings of Krishna. Okay? And then define, time to time, you redefine your values and purpose. I'm chanting. Why am I chanting? I take initiation. Why I take initiation? I'm going to temple. What is the purpose? Otherwise, things like mechanical. And then contribute something. Your time, energy, skills, money, whatever you have, contribute something, but don't expect it in return. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also said the same thing. That can help. And then pursue internal growth. What does it mean? Ekadasi comes. I want to chant 64 rounds today. No talking, put the phone aside. Always says it. We can ask somebody to do book distribution, somebody to clean the temple, we can ask somebody to dress, we can ask somebody to cook. Any service, we were sharing other day, any service we can give it to somebody else. There's only one service which nobody cannot do for you. Japa. The key is spiritual progress is in this. Satyan Maharaj says, your key is in your hand for spiritual growth. Japa is the only thing which will test your love for Krishna, Guru. Anything we can show off, but Japa is the only thing which can test how a person sit down, head down, beats in the bag, hands in the beat, beats in the bag, and try to do best we can. Of course, we cannot quantify as a good japa or bad japa, because it's not our job. Supposed to be Krishna. Whether I did my job, the best I could do. It could be struggling. But that if it could do the best, that's internal growth. Time to time, we have to pursue that. And then embrace challenges and resiliency. Comfort zone is the greatest danger. I can do. The I factor is there. At the same time, going to that extreme, I'm going to do everything, will fall down. The balance should be there. So we make ourselves resilient in such a way that when something happens, how to counteract, how do we, like if cold is there, what we do, we'll wear sweaters. Something like that. So next is express gratitude. We already discussed, count the blessings and write a gratitude journal. Does anybody know what's called gratitude journal? The corporate world is there. Gratitude journal. Something good happen, and then you be thankful, write a note and leave it there. So that helps. And then next is share your story, especially with your friends. And if you have something who will once in a while, even though it's not like sitting here and giving the class, is also showing gratitude for what? My audience is none of you. Who is my audience? Somebody is there. To show this is what I learned. This is what I learned. I want to show my gratitude. Thank you very much. So that's very important. That also helps to the preaching. Preaching is also something here. And then live authentically. Not we can cheat the world. We cannot cheat Krishna. At least we cannot cheat ourselves. There should be some kind of honesty. At least with Krishna, if you can show off the world, at least in front of Krishna, say, Krishna, this is what I'm going through. I'm struggling. I need help. At least we have to be that. Then it creates a deeper impact. Why? I know I accept I have a problem. Now I look for solutions. I'm okay. I don't need any help. I'm better than anybody else. This is for you, not for me. You and Krishna cannot help. And then a couple more things. Serve others. If we add all of them, this is a summum bonum. Service attitude. What is a service attitude? You are a master. I am a servant. Every servant. I want to do as a pleasing service, not to show off. When you develop genuinely that, it creates a very, very deeper impact, and that creates a deeper memories in such a way we can remember Krishna. And Srila Prabhupada in April 12, 1974, Bombay, said, the most simple and effective way to remember Krishna is through chanting and hearing Krishna's holy name. That's where we're coming there. All these things ultimately has to bring to a situation where we can pick up. The rest everything falls. When I say Hare Krishna, Prabhupada says, immediately I remember Krishna, Krishna's form, Krishna's pastime, Krishna's everything of Krishna automatically, his qualities, his beauty. If a person doesn't practice remember Krishna while he's struggling for existence, then it will not be possible to remember Krishna at the time of death. This is Prabhupada's words. So, and also it said, like, if you want to appreciate others, sometimes you have to be realistic also. Sometimes glory for you're cooking like a Radharani. You're doing this. No, that only inflate them. Be realistic. Intention is there. So that's the reason scripture says, when I heard from one senior devotee, there's a 3 ways of appreciation. The first is appreciate how others helped us. It is also I factor. Because I'm appreciating, he helped me or she helped me. That's good. It's lower level of appreciation. Second is appreciate others because they're helping others. We also appreciate, thank you very much, Prabhu. You're doing this service, that service. As a secondary. Third is that appreciate others, how they're helping in general, connect that activity to Krishna. Coming back to the point, whatever we do, somehow or other we have to connect to Krishna. Even appreciating others or those who are appreciating us, connect that quality. For example, can anybody remember any past times? Like, we appreciate somebody. Hey, that quality is in Prabhupada. That's what Krishna does it. Like, I'll just throw an example. Sudama. You know the story of Krishna and Sudama. So friendship, how they were good friends. So Krishna appreciating the friendship, being friend to others. We can thank you very much for being kind to me. You're my friend. I really appreciate that. But now connecting that, wow, that's how the relation between Krishna and Sudama. So what happens? That also you can connect. So 3 ways of appreciation. And then there's a 4 way of seeing Lord. So first is like we all see the Lord as energy of the Lord everywhere. And then as a super soul. Third is seeing everyone as a servant of the Lord and everything Lord as a source. Relationship with the Lord to connect, vice versa. So now when we develop these 4 activities, then you can see not only deity, when you see, remember, is obvious. When you come to temple, it's obvious. When outside, even go to workplace, even remote place, how do we see Krishna? We have to practice that. When we practice that, then that creates a deeper impact. So I'm coming to the end here. When Mahabharata war is over, Yudhishthira was established as an emperor. They're all sitting and talking with Krishna. Krishna is about to leave. He said, Krishna, they asked, Kali Yuga is going to come, how is it going to be? He said, Krishna took 4 arrows, shot in 4 directions. Leaving Yudhishthira, he said 4 other partners, go and find them and bring it. When you're bringing, if you see any phenomena, please let me know. So Arjuna went first. When Arjuna went, he picked up the arrow, and when he's coming back, he heard a nice singing. One bird singing nicely, but piercing and eating a live rabbit. Singing nicely, but eating rabbit live. He came to Krishna and said, what's this phenomena? I never saw this, how do I understand? Krishna said, in Kali Yuga, even learned people will cheat and mistreat devotees. A learned people will cheat and mistreat devotees. And being, when he brought his arrow, he saw 4 wells filled with water. He also saw 1 dried well. How is it possible? What is the same source? It comes in 4 wells. Why can't come in other well? He got confused. He asked Krishna, what is this? He says, in Kali Yuga, rich people will not help the poor people. Rich become rich, poor become poor. These are the symptoms of Kali. And Nakula, when he got the arrow coming back, he saw 1 cow licking just born calf, but violently, not lovingly. And then it was, people are trying to pull the cow away from the calf. He saw that. Naturally, the cow loves calf, just born. He couldn't understand the phenomena. Then he asked Krishna, what is it? Krishna said, in Kali Yuga, parents will pamper the kids in the name of love and compassion. You all can see it. And destroy their lives. So we have to be very careful. The last one, Sahadeva, when he picked up the arrow and come back to Krishna, he saw a phenomena which he really got confused. He saw 1 big stone rolling from the top hill. And it's on the way, it's picked up mass fast and it's destroying everything. When it came to 1 particular small place, a small plant, it got stuck. Entire big stone stuck by a small plant which cannot move forward. And then he asked Krishna, he smiled and said, in Kali Yuga, people lose their character and fall down to hellish state of consciousness. But this is the crux of the class. If you remember this one thing, the class is successful. Chanting the holy name of the Lord can hold the entire you will fall down, sliding down. There's only hope. How a small plant can hold the big stone, which is destroying everything in the path, but stuck with a small plant. This is the chanting of the holy name. Krishna says in Mahabharata, sorry, I just say. So the purpose of creating the great memories, purpose of doing everything, ultimately developing a love for japa, and then living those values the best we could. We may be falling down, we may be doing mistakes, that's fine, but keep doing the best. But ultimately, this is the key. And when we do japa, it's me and Krishna, nothing else, nobody else. Develop with a genuine gratitude. Thank you very much. When we do that, it can hold off everything else. Nothing matters. People come and go. We have many lives and there's nothing new. But this life, we have this option. So this is the greatest way of creating the memory, ultimately. So then the entire spiritual path will become so easy. If it's necessary to fight, we have to fight. If it's necessary to hold the feet, we have to hold the feet. What is necessary need to be done. So just to conclude, I'll conclude here and open for any discussions. So we discuss about how to make things easy in Krishna consciousness, to remember Krishna easily. We talked about caste. We talked about the, what is the thing? Intention, inclination. Anybody remember? Circumstances. So all those things. We also talked about the many categories which will help us to remember. You saw the list of things. And then at the end, we also talk about Krishna recommending in Kali Yuga, the holy name is the only one which can hold off everything. It will help us to glide towards help. Having said that now, thank you very much for kind attention. If you have any comments, questions, we can.
In Dwapar Yuga, Dhritarashtra pampered.
What is that?
In Dwapar Yuga, Dhritarashtra pampered.
We know what happened, right?
Yeah. That's why I say it's not a symptom of Kali Yuga.
So there we can see one or two people. Clear? So you can count how many people. Yesterday we were in a Sadhana program, we were discussing Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's internal reasons, external reasons. One of the things, Ram came with weapons, Krishna came with weapons, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also came with weapon. What is his weapon? If Krishna has to kill, he has to kill everybody. So it is killing the mentality. So we demons in other ages, we can count. But here that mentality is in everybody. So killing the mentality is very important. Yes, right.
Thank you.
Yes.
As a woman, how can I encourage the family to take Krishna consciousness more seriously? Because I'm a woman, I'm not a man. So.
Mata, you're very sincere. We all know that. And we know your family.
And another thing, there is a Vaishnavi Shanga we can discuss with the grandmother's which we have. But we can have Prabhu Shanga also, the Prabhu's there.
Yeah, it can have.
Could you create that?
Could I create? Yes, we can definitely. That's one of the things. Friends, we're meeting again today. We come up with one training in the new temple eventually. We're going to create a facility for training. We already have a bliss. So how do we inspire all kinds of people? But inspiration comes from within me first. I should be the change I'm expecting from others. That is the best. First, whatever we want to see in others, first I have to be that. Then that will talk, walking the talk. And then there are all different facilities. Yes, definitely. One of the ideas there in management, that we have to create different clubs for all kinds of people looking for it. It can be even ladies, or men, or small kids, or pregnant women, or old people. Whatever, where they feel they can have like-minded people and bring that kind of a people, they can be together. We have to create that fellowshipness. Yeah, that's one idea is there. So we have some ideas, but yes, eventually it will manifest. In the meantime, Prabhu, you are going voluntold. You can start a Prabhu's group. I will also join. Thank you, Mother.
We have a name already for that.
Which one?
Mantra retreat.
Mental retreat, yes. Thank you. Thank you.
So I have a question.
Sure.
So we are talking about memories, but Krishna also says in Bhagavad Gita, right, that Sarvasya Chanamvidi Sanvishtam Tasmite Gnana. So he also gives forgetfulness. So does it matter with all these tools, techniques, we are trying to improve our memories to remember Krishna, but then Krishna is like,
No, there is a claw there. He also gives forgetfulness if we want. He's not giving us if you don't want. Sarvasya chaham hridasinistu matta spruti gnanam. He says, from me it comes, but desire is yours. If somebody wants to kill somebody, who's giving the energy? He. Tasya kartaram apimam vidya kartamam. He says, I do nothing. Everything is aloof. But however, I act because why? The soul is encapsulated in this body. Other than desiring, it can do nothing. Even if you want to move this, he has to give the power. Sankalpa is mine, but he does it. So that's first class, where he's giving remembrance because I want. He's giving knowledge because I want. He's also giving apohanam, which is the forgetfulness, because that's what I wanted. Then when we switch that, then I want you. And the dynamic changes. So that's very important. That's the first part. Second part? You asked the second part of the question.
no, I think that's right. Because sometimes, okay, we get a little too hung up on this, okay, caste, all these procedures, but then, like you said, ladder is not the goal. The
Exactly.
is the goal. But then some of the things are very practical, but sometimes it's very easy to just get hung up on that. Okay,
Yeah.
notes, everything notes, but then how many notes are actually entering?
Correct, agree. So that's one of the reasons at the end of the day, if you forget everything, entire thing, if you just remember this, good enough. They are the tools to help us, because the people are left brained, there's right brain people. I'm a left brain, analytical. I need to have something. CAST, caste, 3 types of this, 4 types of that. Under that, there's 2 different categories. That's so I see. If you ask Vijubhakti, I don't care, it's simple. She's right brain, emotion. Or somebody else, I've seen a devotee, Chandrabandhu Prabhu, he's also right brain for me, in my opinion. Sometimes he has both, analytical also. Sometimes the way he analyzes, I'm just using it. Let's take pension to Prabhu. What is your left brain, right brain? So all those things are there. Ultimately, what is the most important? A coin has 2 sides. Always remember Krishna. Never forget Krishna. If these are supposed to help us remember Krishna. If it's not helping, kick them out. Forget it. Kick them out. Doesn't matter. If it's not helping, what is Rupa Goswami said? Bhakti means using your senses to please Krishna's senses. If it is not helping, reject. So we have to have that willpower. But we have to accept it is not working. I want to give up and I'll do something else. That's okay. Yeah. But the tools are there, the process are there, which we built in to help us ultimately bring us to that stage where we develop that memories and then retain those memories and then keep continuing that memories and then try to develop a vision to see Krishna everywhere. So that at the time of that, we automatically remember him. That's once for all. What is that? Yam yam mapismyan bhavan tajati ante kalevaram tam tam eveti kauntira sata tadbhava bhavita. We get the Krishnized. Anything else? Anything you want to add anything?
I was thinking one verse. Rupa Goswami says how minds of young girls are attached
to young boys, and young boys are attached. So there's a prayer he says in the same way, let my mind be attached to you. So young girl who doesn't have to make any effort, she doesn't think about all this. When love is there, of course there's no love in this material world, but whatever you say, then automatically spontaneous. But we have to do Vaidhi sadhana bhakti before we come to Raga Nuga sadhana bhakti. So because love is already there in the heart, and as it manifests, then automatically the remembrance will increase more and more.
Correct. Thank you. Going to anyone else? Yes, ma'am.
Well, since we were to ask something, you see that we're learning so much in the world. Any act we have to learn, but we don't learn to sing. Most important things we have to learn, get a degree, and then we can occupy the position. But to act wrongly, nobody learn to act wrong. For instance, we are not taught to eat. Naturally, we eat. We are not taught to, do this or that. All the 4 principles. People do it naturally. But when it comes to giving those things up, it becomes so difficult. We are easily attracted to mundane, but the natural things which are supposed to be all right is difficult for us to be attracted to. How do we get attracted to Krishna? How do we have to struggle to be loving Krishna when that is our real thing?
Very simple. As one brahmachari earlier asked the same question to Prabhupada when he went for japa walk. So he only had few seconds. So he jumped between him and his car and he was about to shut the door and Prabhupada was about to leave. Prabhupada, I have this question, one question, can you help me? He didn't say chanting, he didn't say book distribution, he didn't say deity worship, he didn't say preaching. Entire Vedic literature, he said in one word, it's called desire. And he said, if you don't have a desire, desire for the desire. If you don't have that, desire for the desire of the desire. Ichcha desha sumitvena dvanda mohena bharata. Krishna says, we come here to become Krishna. The only reason, ichcha, desire. We want to go back, we develop the love for Krishna. It's a desire only. Rest everything, we cannot do anything. Because why? We are encapsulating this body. The soul is right now, only can desire. Even japa, I'm not doing it, I'm thinking I'm doing it. It is he. I'm not giving the class, he's giving the energy, he's giving the intelligence, he's just doing. The sankalpa is mine. When you have that strong power, develop the willpower, nourishes that desire alone will take us back. Hare Krishna, we'll end here. Srila Prabhupada ki.
Jai.